What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
What's good tonight? Right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink. Look a damn mess. Just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? It is me, L Teddy 27, and I am back. Because of the nature of the show that we're about to review, I'm going all ghetto with the styrofoam cup. Damn a glass, damn a metal straw. We just going all hood and ghetto because that's what you people apparently like with the nature of this show. I'm here for another review. This is going to be our review for the real exit of Monique Samuels from my television screen. The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 5. Is episode, I think, 22 or something. It's the reunion part 2. She gone. I don't care. All of them could be gone for all I care. Monique apparently is gone. Candace can go. Ashley can go. Karen can go. Giselle can go. All of them can go. We'll talk about that later. Let's get through this trash. We come back. We start off where we left off with Candace crying and carrying on. Let me take another swig of my gin. She crying and carrying on. Bravo Andy keeps trying to make Monique give a shit about Candace and her crying and her feelings and about being remorseful for Karen. Andy, let that shit go. She don't give a fuck. And I don't care how much you try to make her feel bad. She ain't gonna start giving a fuck about Candace. At this point, I don't know that I give a fuck about Candace. But whatever, Bravo Andy keeps trying to make Monique feel bad. And she's just not. At this point, the fight is fucking exhausting. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired. I don't want to talk about it. And y'all know what happens when I get sick and tired of being sick and tired of talking about something on these shows, especially if it's a fight. So you know what's coming up, and here you go.
Only goes to tell you, don't wait at the church. You can wait at the
call my mama Jesus!
I wish somebody help me.
And that, my friends, is what we get when y'all give me this bullshit that I don't want to talk about anymore, that is exhausting, and that consumes the room. You get fucking this.
Only goes to tell you, don't wait at the church. You can wait at the
call my mama Jesus!
I wish somebody help me.
And that's all I'm going to do. I can't keep doing this. And then, because I just can't. I just can't. And then, as much at this point as this whole fight between Candace and Monique is exhausting. Monique, you sound like a fucking idiot. This young lady had the nerve to say that about this drag queen song that her therapist told her to write a letter to Candace. She told her therapist, I don't think I can do that. The therapist says, well, what do you do normally to get your thoughts out? Well, usually I used to write music. So then you wrote a song to get your thoughts out about Candace, which your therapist told you to do. But now on the reunion, you tell us, oh, but the song is not about Candace and you shouldn't feel like it's about you because it's about everybody my whole life. No, nobody believes you, Monique. You're a liar at this point. All of these women on the show are just liars. Make it make sense. You told us that the whole reason you even wrote the song was because you couldn't get your feelings out in a letter, so you decided to do it in a song. But then when we say that, oh, this song is about Candace, now, oh, it's not about Candace. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's just, but I'm sure that you people will believe whatever Monique says, because if Monique says that today is Wednesday, apparently it's Wednesday. Maybe this, by some great power, this video won't be uploaded to YouTube until 3 days from now, and it'll be Wednesday because Monique told you it's Wednesday. I don't know, but you idiotic people that's just as idiotic as she is believe anything that crosses her lips. So I, have no doubt that y'all gonna believe whatever Monique says at this point. You people are idiots. Anyway, Candace and went off, and it was more back and forth. I'm so over the fight. Y'all know, y'all get this again.
Holy Ghost will tell you, don't wait at the church. You can win it.
Call my mama.
Get rid of
Jesus.
I wish somebody help me.
That's what y'all get because y'all making me continue to talk about this fight. I'm moving on because I can't do no more. I ain't got no more for you. I ain't got no more for you. They then switched over to Karen. Karen is talking about having to choose between Candace and Monique. And I told y'all early on that she had already chosen a side, and that side was Monique's. Part of it is because Monique had been funneling her information over and over and over the whole time. At this point, Karen is, when I look at her, she and Ashley are almost one and the same. One's just older than the other one. Both of them remind me of a succubus, a she-devil. That's what the hell Karen is. Karen and Ashley, when I look at them, I see succubus. I see she-devil. Karen is just as bad as Satana at this point. She sits there and blatantly lies. And then when called out about these lies, tries to laugh it off and make a joke about it. And then starts to get loud and belligerent and argumentative about it. But you idiotic people are going to defend her and say she's the greatest person on earth. I question. See, this is why we live in a country that values people like the Karen Hugers of the world, and the Monique Samuelses of the world, and the Candace Dillards of the world, and the Ashley Darbys of the world, and the Giselle Bryants of the world. Y'all value the likes of these type of idiots, which explains why we can live in a country that would elect somebody like Donald John Trump. Which is why we live in a country where they have a whole fucking genocide going on. But people are more inclined to believe lying idiots and promote violence as opposed to speaking out against it. But whatever, you people are idiots. And I'm so glad that this shit is over after this. I just can't. I just can't. She is trash. Karen is complete and utter trash. Just trash. But that's the one y'all like. That's the one y'all see it for. The Karen Hugers of the world. Fuck her and fuck you if you like her. Anyway, the husbands came in. Chris Samuel came in there ready, on 10. He was not trying to have small talk. He wasn't trying to be nice to nobody. He came there on 10. So, Chris Samuel, Big Chris, he then talks about the rumor, plot, or whatever affecting his child. And everybody at that point was like, bro, we just got through talking about that for like 2 hours. Why are you bringing this back up? Chris Samuels gave me narcissistic tendencies here. Because anytime the conversation shifted to something else or someone else, Chris Samuels decided that he needed to bring it back to him. Like, he gave me very much so narcissistic tendencies here. It was disgusting. He goes at Giselle for saying that Giselle is the one who put the rumor out on the show. But then Bravo, being Bravo, rolled the tapes back and showed that while they were filming, when Giselle went over Monique them house, Chris Samuel and her was having a joking joke. It was real lighthearted, real joking, back and forth about, oh, my baby looks like him, like me, don't he? Alluding to the rumor. And then Giselle was like, oh, well, who else should he look like? Basically pointed to the rumor. So what Giselle was saying was, well, you kind of introduced the rumor on the show first, because Giselle put the rumors out there. Now, the only thing I need to know is, because I was confused, because I know most of the time the green screens happen way after they take the show, but I know Giselle sat down and talked about the rumor with somebody. If I'm not mistaken, I thought she talked about it with Monique when they went to brunch that day. Or was it Robin or whatever? But anyway, but I don't know if when she talked about the rumor, if it was after Chris introduced it on camera. It was on camera. If it was after that. Because if it was, then Giselle's completely right. You introduced it on the show, so then once you put it out there, then it's fair game for everybody to talk about. And there it is. The only person that brought it up was Giselle. Nobody else brought it up, or whatever. Chris was looking for a reason to get attention on him and his wife. A mess. He tries to apologize because apparently he had went on this on social media in August with um with Monique and said that he had slapped the shit out of them and he had stomped them and all of this, that, and the third, and it was that. And he tried to backpedal and pussy pop off of it and try to apologize for it. At that point, Chris, it's no apologizing at that point. You can apologize, it's gonna fall on deaf ears because basically you went off. You said how you felt, and now that it got bad press, now you try to backpedal and pussy pop off of it. And I'm sure that the detractors, that all of the Team Monique people are here for your apology. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't have a problem with him apologizing. I'm okay with him apologizing. And he admitted, he said, I shouldn't have said it. It was disgusting. It was ugly. It was. Now, what you have to understand is just because you apologize doesn't mean that the person you're apologizing to has to want any parts of your apology. They reserve the right to say, you wronged me, you hurt me, fuck you and your apology. Go to shit. Mm. And that was Giselle's stance on it. Giselle wasn't trying to hear none of his apology. She had her bodyguard. She was like, I ain't here for you. So then Little Chris started yelling because at Big Chris and Monique because he said something about they were supporting a blogger that disrespected Little Chris's kids and stuff. Child, I don't know. I really didn't care. Big Chris um got into it with Giselle again. You know, it was just it, I just didn't care at this point. I really don't care. I'm so done with this show. Just so done. I just really couldn't care. Robin then discusses, they went to Robin. She discussing not having Karen on her website. The fact that I thought it was funny when Karen tried to act like she thought with Robin's hat. And Robin was like, well, that was my least selling hat anyway. So I've discontinued the hat anyway. I was like, ooh. Because Karen gets on my nerves. They talked about Robin and Juan's engagement. And then Bravo Andy went and asked Big Chris about the engagement. And Big Chris went back on his tirade to make it all about him again. Bruh, bruh, get your damn life, okay? Big Chris, Big Chris, Big Chris. You make too much money. And I imagine you to be an intelligent enough young man that you have done well with your money and that you are intelligent enough to do right by your money, your family, and so forth. So I consider you to be a, at least average intelligent young man. My thing about it is, before you let your wife get on this show, don't you think you would have had your people vet the quality of this show? Don't you think you would have had somebody look into, okay, what will be the ramifications of my wife getting on this show? Because you can't just bend or give to her every whim that she wants to do. So you think that you might have said, wait, let me look into this Real Housewives thing before I let my wife on it. And once you start to get into doing research on this, you start to very quickly learn it's a messy situation. It always points out and brings out the worst in people's families. Families get berated, families get drugged, torn apart, and all that from these shows. If y'all aren't hurting for money, why the fuck would you even allow your wife to be on this show? I'm just moving on. Moving on. Like he went and took that opportunity instead of talking about the engagement between Juan and Robin to talk about himself, and it was a mess. It was a mess. He then left. I was like, get your. He had his panties in a bunch the whole time. Chris, it wasn't a good look for you this reunion, Chris. It was not a good look for you. It really was not a good look. But I'm gonna let you have it. But Big Chris came across as having his panties in a bunch. It wasn't a good look. If you was my man and you had all that carrying on, we would have had to have a serious conversation afterwards. We would have been like, hey, what are you doing? I'm the wife. You're the husband. But you over here carrying on like you on a rag or something, like your period on or something today. He had a lot going on. Chris, it wasn't a good look for you this episode. It was not a good look. Anyway, Karen then they talked about the whole Juan situation. And when Karen said to Robin, well, you need to watch what your husband said when he drunk. And Karen was like, oh, I had some stuff to come on here and talk about. But when I talked to Ray, Ray told me not to talk about it. So I decided not to bring it to the show. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that at all, Karen. Because you ain't shit. A she-devil like you, Karen, would have put that shit out there. Pause for the cause. Let me give a quick break because I forgot to do this at the beginning. Shots out to Officer Jackson. You know who you are, my favorite officer. Officer Jackson. Let me take the hood off. Officer Jackson gave me a Christmas gift, and I want to give her a big shout out on this review. Shouts out to you, Officer Jackson, who works at my job. And she gave me a big Christmas gift, and I'm so appreciative, so grateful. Y'all, if you put a comment, put a Shondo in the comment, hashtag Shondo in the comment for Officer Jackson, because she did show me a lot of love, gave me a huge Christmas gift. So I want to give a special shout out to Officer Jackson for what she did. It is greatly appreciated. I know you're watching this review, and this is for you, my love. That's for you, Officer Jackson. You know I love you. Anyway, that's for my girl, Officer Jackson. She know I love her. Anyway, back to Karen. Bitch, I don't believe you. Bitch, you ain't shit. You're a she-devil. You're an old-ass she-devil with gray pubic hairs and cobwebs that match the same colors of your gray pubic hairs. You old-ass, ornery, angry little bitch. Fuck you, Karen, and fuck your life. I don't believe nothing she said. Anyway, Ray announces he's going to have a whole vow renewal for Karen for their 25th anniversary or whatever. And he asked Robin to let him know the date for their wedding so that their vow renewal for their 25th doesn't conflict with that. It was cute, but the fact that I can't stand Karen, I really didn't care. The husbands leave, Big Chris and Little Chris backstage. They said, we good. Even if our wives can't get along, we can still get along. And they had, some final words and bullshit, and it went off from there. Now, Monique is leaving. She had been, offered a contract for season 6. They did renew her contract. She decided she wasn't going to sign it and wasn't going to come back. I've been saying, y'all been knowing I've been saying, I would venture to guess Big Chris probably stepped in and said, you're not going back. We're not going to keep having this destroy our family. Because it does, it destroys families. It's really, truthfully, it's not worth it. It's not worth your family. It's really not worth you destroy your family for a stupid show. Like, especially if you claim you don't need it, like you said you don't. Am I sad to see her go? Hell, I wouldn't be sad to see none of these hoes go. I don't like none of them. None of them. I don't like. But I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. For the next 2 or 3 weeks, we finna see all Team Candace, not Team Candace, Team Monique. They finna get on their little platforms. They gonna be screaming the holy hell. Oh, I can't believe she going. Oh, this show ain't gonna be the same. Oh, I'm not watching this show no more because Monique is gone. Oh, she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh, that's why Wendy ain't coming back. And because she was bored, and now we gotta watch people like Robin and Wendy and Giselle and Karen and stuff. And I don't like it. It's gonna be the woe is me people because Monique is gone. Listen. Excuse me. Take another swig of my gin. Monique is making her exit. I will follow suit. I can't. Listen. After this season, I don't know that I have it in me to do another season of this show. You people are lunatics. What is wrong with some of you people that watch this show? I cannot. I am bowing out gracefully. I made it through to the end of this season. Y'all know I'm good for walking off on a show. I made it through to the end of this season. But do not look for me in season 6 to be doing reviews on this. Because you people, some of y'all stands out there, some of you people that are fans and are in the comment section, you people are certifiable. Some of you all are certifiable. And I can't do it. So listen, I made it through this season. Thank you, Lord. Do not look for me to continue the conversation. Do not look. If you want to have more conversation about Real Housewives of Potomac, you need to get in the comment section of this video because I'm not going to be talking about this no more. I'm not going on nobody else's platform to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it on my channel. We are done with any and all things Real Housewives of Potomac, the energy. I don't have the strength. I'm glad it's over. I can't do it. This whole season was a fucking mess. A fucking mess. But anyway, that is all I got for y'all. I made it through. That's all. I have no more to give. Until the next review. I have shout out to all my Capricorns. It's Capricorn season. We will be celebrating all the way. Listen, Capricorns, we are too good. We're too good, too great of a people to just have the normal astrological season. So we'll be celebrating all the way until 4th of July. We don't give a shit about Aquarius. Y'all can go somewhere, okay? We'll be celebrating Capricorn season until February 14th. My birthday is this coming Friday, January 1st. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but look for my channel. I'll put a community post up for whatever I'm doing or where you can find me. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I am in a good mood. We're going to be partying through the birthday and all of that stuff. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.